Alright, here we are in Lesson 7, describing variability using the interquartile range, or the IQR. So there's a definition here at the top. It says that the interquartile range is the difference between the medians of the two halves is called the IQR. So we're going to look down at the bottom here in Part D. So it says the medians of the lower and upper half of the data set are called quartiles. The median of the top half of the data is the upper quartile, and the median of the bottom half of the data is called the lower quartile. Why do you think they're called quartiles? Well, if you think about it, if I gave you, a dot plot, and we put, this was our median, and then they're saying that we have, an upper quartile, so an upper median, and a lower median, and then if we draw a box in here, and you think about it, so those are 1, 2, but we still have all the rest of the data down here, down to our minimum and our maximum. So they asked, why do you think they're called quartiles? Well, it's because they're split into fourths. So that means we are breaking the data into fourths. Okay? And you'll understand what that means when we do some examples on the next page. So go ahead and flip the page. So E says to mark the quartiles for the restaurants in the graph below. So there's a few steps that you always have to do. The first step is that you have to first find the median. Alright, so you need a median. And then we're going to have a lower quartile, which I'm going to call Q1. And then an upper quartile, which I'm going to call Q3. Okay? And for now, we're going to look at restaurant C here because they have numbers on the graph. So first I need to list my numbers in my data to find my median. So I would say these first two, these are probably about 74. So two 74s. And then we jump up to 77, 3 77s. And then we're at 78, and we're going to have 3 78s. And then we're going to have 5 79s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to have, let's see, we've got 4 80s. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm running out of room. We've got an 81 and an 82. And then let's see, we've got 3 84s. 1, 2, 3. We've got 3 85s. 1, 2, 3. And we have an 86. Okay? So if we count those up, let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. We have 26 data points. So if you take that 26 and we divide it by 2, and if you check that in your calculator, 26 divided by 2 gives us 13. So that means after the 13th number is our median. So we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So right here in between 79 and 80. So that means our median is 79.5. So now because we have 13 numbers on the left-hand side, let's do our lower quartile. So if we take 13 and divide that by 2, we end up with 6.5. So that means our 7th number is going to be our lower quartile. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So our lower quartile is 78. Same thing on the right hand side for our upper quartile. Count in 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 84 is our upper quartile. Okay? So then to find the interquartile range, the IQR, we take our upper quartile, 84, minus our lower quartile, 78, and we end up with 6. Okay? So I know that was a little confusing. We're going to do another one. Same thing, use the graph to answer the questions. So first I want to just list out my data points here. So I have 3 50s, 1, 2, 3, 51, 52, 55, 2 56s, 2 57s, let's see, 59, 66, 70, 2 72s, 73, 74, that is a 77, 79, 2 80s, 81, and an 82. So the first question is, how many data points are there? If you count all those up, there are 23 of them. So the median means that we need to find our middle point. So if we have 23 numbers and we divide that by 2, we would end up with 11.5, so our 12th point will be our median. So I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So our median is 66. Now this one looks a little different than what we did up above. Now when we go to find our lower quartile, we cannot include the median. So that's pretty much cut off. So I'm going to split up my quartiles now. So we have our lower part and our upper part. So see around the red, I want you to mark that. We can't count that anymore. So that means we need to find the median of the lower quartile now. So we have 11 numbers down here. And if we do 11 divided by 2, we'd end up with 5.5. So our 6th number is our median. So we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 55 is our lower quartile, our Q1. Our upper quartile, same thing, we're going to count in 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 77 is our Q3. What's the interquartile range? We're going to take 77 minus 55, and we end up with 22. And now it says, what does the IQR tell you about the range of the data? That IQR is pretty high, so that's what we're going to first say. The IQR is pretty big, which tells me the data is spread out. Okay, so if you have a big IQR, that means your data is very spread out. Alright, so I know that was a lot. We're going to do some more practice in class tomorrow, so make sure you bring your questions then.